Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of chemistry. And of course, today in this episode, we're going to talk about something very interesting, and that is the topic of air pollution. Air pollution. All right. So, of course, it's very important because right now, a lot of discussions are ongoing about how to reduce air pollution. All right. So, basically, in this topic, we're going to be talking about the oxides of the oxides that cause or the substances that cause air pollution, and then of course we try to talk about how we can mitigate them. Okay, we'll talk about global warming, we'll talk about acid rain, formation of acid rain, and the likes. Okay, so do not forget that this tutorial is brought to you by the O3 School JAMB app. Please do not forget to like this video, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, and do not forget to keep sharing our videos. All right, so let us see a question from the application before we continue. As usual, this is a 2000 question number 35. A lot of questions have been set under this topic. Okay, it's a very important topic. All right, so number one, this is a 2000 number 35. It says it's a gas that is not associated with global warming. A gas that is not associated with global warming is A, CO2, B, SO3, C, CH4, D, H2. All right, so we're going to come back to this question at the end of the class. There are thousands of these questions on this application, so please download the O3 Schools app. It has all the past questions you need and likely exam questions. It has classroom feature that has textbooks. Okay, it has lecture notes that are structured according to the JAMB syllabus, so you don't need to bother to go and buy textbooks. All right, and then of course we have the question search feature where you can search for questions according to topics, and all the questions that JAMB has set under that topic will come out for you to answer. Likewise, we also have the UTME mock challenge that will conduct for all students that are writing JAMB this year. You participate with your mates, you compete with them, you win prizes. Apart from winning prizes, to get used to JAMB past questions and likely exam questions. What's more is that you see your result released every weekend after the mock, so you will not be scared when they say JAMB don't release the result. You will not be scared because you know that you passed definitely. All right, so please jump on the app, download it immediately, and start practicing your way to success. All right, so activation fee is just a little token, so please make sure you pay the sacrifice. If you want to succeed, you must pay sacrifices. Go and ask Kanayo, will tell you more. All right, so now let's continue. This is air pollution. And what is air pollution? Air pollution is the introduction of harmful substances into the air. Okay, into the air. Okay, the introduction of harmful substances into the air. These harmful substances, we call them pollutants. All right, we call them pollutants. So see, air pollution is the introduction of harmful substances called pollutants into the air. So what now happens once these pollutants are all being released into the air? It leads to a change. It leads to a change in the composition of air. It leads to a change in the composition of hair. All right, to know what comprises hair, the constituent of hair, right? We say hair is a mixture of gases. You have been following us, all right? So we know the constituent. All right, so now air pollution, when we now release harmful substances into the atmosphere, that composition will change, okay, leading to air pollution. Okay, so some of you also now the mens anyhow, okay, the one are the mens. Now let God feel judge you now. All right, so when you pollute, okay, when you pollute the air, all right, so you are adding your own problem to the atmospheric air. Okay, you are causing changes in the composition of air. Moon and sulfur remains. Okay, so they're just on a lighter note. All right, so introduction of harmful substances into the air is called air pollution. All right, and those harmful substances are called pollutants. They are called pollutants. All right, now the major pollutants we have, of course, we have oxides of carbon. All right, we have oxides also of sulfur. We have oxides of nitrogen. What's more, we have hydrocarbons, and we have chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, these are what the major what air pollutants that we have. We have what oxides of carbon, we have oxides of sulfur, we have what oxides of nitrogen, we have hydrocarbons, and we have what chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, one after the other, we're going to be talking about these oxides. Okay, but in this episode, we're going to talk about the oxides of carbon, talk about the oxides of sulfur, talk about the oxides of nitrogen, okay, and then the next class talk about what chlorofluorocarbons. All right, so now let us see the oxides of carbon. Carbon has what two oxides. Carbon has two oxides. So we have carbon monoxide, we have a carbon monoxide. All right, the one called carbon 2 oxide. Okay, that's what CO. All right, please never confuse carbon monoxide and carbon 4 oxide. Then we now have the other one we call carbon dioxide. The one we call carbon 4 oxide. That's the one we call what CO2. These are what the two major oxides of carbon that we have: carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. Okay, so carbon monoxide, okay, is present in exhaust fumes. It's present in exhaust fumes. These exhaust fumes are those ones you see in your car, okay? Those exhaust fumes in your car, okay? So carbon monoxides are what are present in what? In exhaust fumes. From what? From cars. Due to what? The incomplete combustion. Due to incomplete combustion of petrol. All right, so those are what? Carbon monoxide. Okay, those one were found. Okay, in the what? This one that come out from the exhaust. Okay, from exhaust fumes of cars. Okay, from exhaust fumes due to what? They are formed due to incomplete combustion of petrol. And this carbon monoxide, okay, this carbon monoxide you see is very notorious for causing death. It's very notorious for causing death. It can cause death. This carbon monoxide, or the one we call what? Carbon 2 oxide, okay, is notorious for causing death. What happens is that once you inhale large quantity of carbon monoxide, once you inhale it, it's no good, all right, it will what? Mix, all right, with what? With hemoglobin found in what? In your blood. You know what hemoglobin is, right? Your hemoglobin. Biology students, you understand very well. Okay, so the hemoglobin, they are what? They are protein tissues. They are protein what? Substances. Okay, they are those large protein structures that are found in the red blood cells. You know, the red blood cells is responsible for most of what? Of the gaseous what? Exchange that happens during respiration. Okay, your red blood cell. All right, those of you who are doing biology, you enjoy. Are you not enjoying your biology class? All right, so now hemoglobin, all right, is a protein structure that is found in the red blood cell. All right, what is function? The function of this hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is responsible for transporting what? Oxygen, for transporting oxygen to the tissues. All right, so we need what? Your hemoglobin to be in the what? In the right frame. All right, if not, it will lead to what? Death. Okay, so now when this carbon monoxide mix with what? With hemoglobin in your blood. All right, so it will reduce the oxygen carrying capacity of this hemoglobin. The function of this hemoglobin is to carry oxygen, okay, to your tissues, to supply oxygen to your tissues. But once the carbon monoxide now combines with hemoglobin, it will now reduce the oxygen carrying capacity of this hemoglobin. And imagine your life without oxygen. Imagine that you are not breathing oxygen, all right? You see that you'll be in serious problem, all right? So that will lead to what? Death. There was a time where they say this tiger generator, no, this Gen Z, people may not have noticed. There's a time it was going around that what? It's causing death because many people, they will put on the tiger generator and put the exhaust pipe in their window, okay, so to go into their rooms, okay, and once those fumes get into the room, it will mix what? This hemoglobin, and it will lead to death instantly. All right, so it's very, very dangerous. All right, so carbon monoxide is what? Is an oxide, okay, of carbon. Okay, we say it is found in exhaust fumes due to what? Incomplete combustion of what? Of petrol. All right, we say what? Mixes or combines with hemoglobin in our blood and then reduces what? The oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. Now talk about what? Carbon 4 oxide. Okay, carbon 4 oxide. Now, CO2 is produced in large amounts. Okay, CO2 is produced in large amount by combustion processes. By combustion processes. All right, by combustion processes. All right, CO2 is produced in large amount by combustion processes. This is now what will now lead us to the talking about global warming. Global warming. All right, we'll talk about greenhouse effects. Greenhouse effects. All right, most of you, since when you even while you were in school, okay, some of you were not even taught well, all right, and some of you that were taught, you not even fully understand what global warming is till today, all right. So now let me explain global warming for you in simple and clear terms, all right. Now there's something we call greenhouse, all right. Now I'm showing you a greenhouse now on the screen. Okay, you can see what a farm, all right, and you can see it covered with what, with glass. Okay, now during the day, all right, sunlight what hits what that glass, and you know that what, since its sun is hot, it will penetrate into the glass, all right, and then it will what, to make it will make the plant what, warm. Now the purpose for that glass, okay, is so that what the sunlight that it has trapped in does not come out, to keep the plants warm. All right, so you know that what plants need was sufficient sunlight also for growth. So to keep the plant warm, all right, as that what do you call it now, sun hits that glass, all right, it traps the heat. All right, so now during the night, what happens is that everywhere is not cold, it's not calm during the night, all right. So some of those heat, all right, goes back to the atmosphere, all right. So that is like exchange. Okay, in the day, it takes that greenhouse. Okay, it's just to keep the plants warm, but in the earth, we do not have a greenhouse like maybe a plant and glass. It's not glass that covers our atmosphere. All right. So instead, we have the atmosphere. All right. We have the atmosphere. We have the earth. Then we now have the atmosphere. Okay. So now when sun now hits, for example, let's say this is the earth. Now, for example, and say this one now, I'm showing you a diagram now that what I explain is this one here is what is the atmosphere. This one is our earth here. Maybe this is where we are here in Nigeria. Okay, this is the atmosphere surrounding the earth. This is the earth. This one is the earth. This one here is the atmosphere. Okay, so now when sun hits let's say this is sun now. When it hits this atmosphere, okay, you see that during the day everywhere is is hot. Okay, it's hot. Okay, once it hits this atmosphere, some of the heat is is retained by what we call greenhouse gases. There are some greenhouse gases that retain some of those heat to keep everywhere warm. Okay, just like we saw in the plant. Okay, it's almost the same analogy, but we do not have a glass mirror covering us. Okay, what we have is the atmosphere. So once the sun hits this atmosphere, now during the night when everywhere is calm, the heat is supposed to go back. Some of the heat has to go back to the atmosphere. All right, but some of these greenhouse gases trap some of this heat. Okay, these greenhouse gases include, for example, so we have carbon 4 oxide. All right, another one is water vapor. All right, then of course we now have methane. This one are greenhouse gases. Okay, so now this CO2 now, all right, will trap some of the heat. Okay, so that the earth will still be warm. Okay, during the night, not be too cold. Okay, so that is what happened now. But our actions, such as industrial revolution now, all right, where we are producing things by burning fossil fuels, that's non-renewable energy, burning coal. Okay, so when we burn coal too much, all right, you see that it will be releasing carbon 4 oxide. Okay, we say the carbon 4 oxide is is found from combustion processes. The combustion process that produces carbon 4 oxide. Okay, so now during our actions, like in the industry producing things, like even traffic in cities, all right, like wildfires. Okay, wildfires. Let me just state out some of the things that can increase the carbon 4 oxide quantity in the atmosphere. Okay, for example, like our industrial revolution. This one includes what? It is using fuel, okay, like coal and oil. Okay, this one they are non-renewable. Say non-renewable energy sources. Okay, when you're using non-renewable energy sources. Okay, for example, we also have, let's say, traffic in cities. Okay, we also have what? Wildfires. All right, even our aeroplanes that are what? That are flying up and down. Okay, all this what lead to what? Increase in the what? Concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. All right, this leads to what? Increase in the concentration of the carbon dioxide in the what? In the atmosphere. Now, once the concentration of carbon dioxide, okay, everywhere now have CO2 everywhere. All right, you will now see that what? The concentration of what? Of carbon dioxide what? As increase because of all these activities. Okay, so to now what? Make the earth to be warmer than it is expected to be. Okay, that is what we now call what? Global warming. It's very, very easy to understand. Okay, so it's the concentration of what? Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere that leads to what? To global warming. All right, so now how do we prevent all this global warming? We can prevent it by what? By using what? Renewable energy sources. Okay, we can prevent them by using renewable energy sources. Okay, we can prevent global warming by using what? Renewable energy sources, by driving electric cars. Okay, like the Tesla. Okay, we can driving electric cars like what? Like the Tesla. All right, so now, please, that is global warming, and those are what? The oxides of what? Of carbon. Okay, we'll talk about carbon monoxide, we'll talk about what? Carbon dioxide. Okay, the increase in the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is what leads to what? Leads to global what? Warming. Okay, now that is that for that. Now I'm going to look at what? The oxides of what? Of sulfur and oxides of nitrogen together. Oxides of sulfur and oxides of nitrogen. Okay, the oxides of sulfur, of course, include what? SO2. All right, this SO2 is what? It's an oxide of what? Of sulfur, called what? Sulfur 4 oxide. As you can see here, this is sulfur 4 oxide. All right, and it is gotten from the combustion of coal. From what? From combustion of coal. Okay, then we now have what? NO, that is nitrous oxide. Okay, and what? And let's say oxides of nitrogen and what? NO and NO2. Oxides of nitrogen, NO and NO2. All these are they are from the exhausts of vehicles. Okay, they are from the exhaust of vehicles. Now, these gases, okay, this SO2, NO, and NO2 can dissolve in rainwater. They can dissolve in rainwater to give what we call what? Acid rain. Okay, so these what are gases. Okay, SO2, NO, and NO2, they can dissolve in what? In rainwater to give us what we call what? Acid rain. To give us what we call acid rain. Now, the oxides of nitrogen, that is what? The NO and the NO2, okay, can form what we call secondary pollutants. They can form secondary pollutants. Okay, they can form secondary pollutants, and alongside with what? Solid pollutants, alongside with what? With solid pollutants, and water droplets in the air, can form what we call, smog. SMOG. Okay, can form what we call smog. All right, so these secondary pollutants, alongside with what? With solid pollutants and water droplets in the air, can form what we call smog. All right, so like smog, if you go to those areas where there are what industry, where industrial processes are what are going, where they are burning a lot of fossil fuels and like coal and oil. Okay, you see what some things like whitish things at the top. Okay, at above what those factories, you see what because of the release of different fumes. Okay, so you see like a whitish cover. Okay, at the top. Okay, so those things that are called what are called smog. Okay, that form when secondary pollutants alongside with solid particles and water droplets in the air come together. They form what we call what smog. Okay, now I'm going to go to the O3 Schools app and then we'll take some questions and we'll be done with this class. Now this is 2000, year 2000, number 35. Year 2000, number 35. It says a gas that is not associated with global warming is A, they say CO2, B, SO3, C, CH4, D, H2. Okay, of course, it's very clear here that hydrogen is not what associated with global warming. Okay, so our correct answer there will be what will be option D. Okay, some of the gases include what carbon dioxide, methane, chlorofluorocarbons. Okay, water vapor. All right. Nitrous oxide, all those, they are all what gases that are what associated with global warming. Now let's see another year, 2000, question 18. They say the air pollutant unknown to nature is A, they say nitrous oxide, B, they say carbon monoxide, C, formaldehyde, HCHO, D, they say DDT. DDT is the correct answer there, option D. DDT is the correct answer. DDT, full meaning of DDT is diphenyl trichloroethane. Okay, DDT. DDT is what? Is diphenyl trichloroethane. Okay, so it's a very harmful pollutant. Okay, it can cause air pollution. It can cause water pollution. It can also cause land pollution. All right, it was banned in the year 1972. All right, because of what? Because of the adverse effects. Okay, people were using to destroy weed, to kill weeds. Okay, but of course, it was what leading to what to the death of wildlife. Okay, so it was seen to what to reduce the reproductive abilities of wildlife also. Like so, it was banned. Although some countries still use it till now. Okay, to kill mosquitoes that cause malaria. All right, but it has been banned since 1972. All right, so DDT is the answer there. Now let's go. This is 1997 question number 14. They say, which of the following gases is the most dangerous pollutant? Which of the following gases is the most dangerous pollutant? A says hydrogen sulfide, B carbon dioxide, C sulfur oxide, D carbon monoxide. Okay, that will be CO, carbon monoxide. The option D will be our correct answer there. CO, carbon monoxide. It is very, very dangerous. It is deadly. It is notorious for combining with with the hemoglobin in our blood. Okay, and causing death. Okay, now let's see 2022 question 10. They say the pollutant usually present in a city which generates its electricity from coal. Okay, like I told you in an industrial place, you see at the top, you see if you look up, you see some whitish substances. Okay, those ones are called smog. All right, so they say the pollutant usually present in a city which generates its electricity from coal. All right, is A fog, B carbon monoxide, C smog, D sulfur oxide. The correct answer there is smog. Okay, so these are many more questions on this O3 School JAMB app. Download the app, activate it, and start practicing your way to success. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.